he's made it cool to talk about like body, like taking care of your body. You know,
Yeah.
like being, he juices, and he tells you how whatever you eat can affect you emotionally, physically, like a lot of stuff that you take in. So for somebody from the group like the Locks to be able to talk about that type of thing is pretty cool for me. I like that.
That's dope. I like that too. I like that's helping to deliver the message of taking care of yourself to like different audiences that normally wouldn't hear it in, like, on other audiences. But if somebody from that audience who they can relate to brings that message to them, I mean, it works good for them to get the whole idea of making sure you're taking care of yourself.
You know what I don't like?
What's up?
I don't like when, so a lot of these rappers know better,
Mm.
right? Like a lot of them behind the scenes are eating good. They got chefs in their house. They probably take yoga. They probably, I don't know, they doing all the healthy things. They probably don't eat meat. They probably do all of these stuff because they got money to do it. They have money to do it. But the people who buy their records, they don't tell them this. When they get in the booth, they want to give them poison.
Mm.
Oh, we taking pills here, and you taking Molly this, and yeah, I smoke a pound of whatever. I do this, I do that. Party, turn your wrist, it's parties, turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But then they not telling them when they leave that booth, they go home to their kids and they meditate.
Not giving them the real story behind all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because if you look and think about it, like, there's no way that they could be turning up as much as they do in their records consistently like that and still be well to perform what they need to do and still be here. Like, that stuff wears a toll on your body. So you ain't gonna be doing it too much longer.
Right. I mean, but that's it though. We got a long list of people who have died from partying. The 90s era, none of this stuff was cool to talk about or cool to do.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like, you're not trying to educate people about getting in shape and being healthy. Like, shout out to Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Even Big Sean. Like Big Sean, if you really listen to some of his lyrics, he's telling you, like, talking about going vegan, and he's talking about just trying to be healthy. Like, you listen to his lyrics, he tell you that he suffers from mental depression, like he's mental health, like he has committed suicide. Like, he's a real individual, man. And I don't like that rapper who's out there living good, eating good, taking care of their body, and then they go behind the booth and try to tell your daughter that it's okay to do these things.
They're trying to sell a record, man, and unfortunately they know that type of stuff sells, and they give into it.
But here's the thing: you could probably sell records doing the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to, like, not really believe this whole thing about selling records.
Yeah, I have a thing of how I feel about that too, man. It's like, I don't want to dig into my personal beliefs or concepts of what I think regarding that. But yeah, fully believe in the whole idea of selling record of it's just in an attempt to sell records either. I think there's more. I think it's deeper than that, and I think there's something else going on at play with it. That's just my belief.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I feel like I need people to understand that there's a difference between real life and entertainment.
Big difference.
You know, it's a big difference in that. And I need y'all to understand. I need y'all to understand that because somebody says it in a rap song doesn't make it to be true. Just like anybody who is in a movie, they jump off the building, jumps off a building. That doesn't mean they really jumped off the building.
It's the same. It's the same type of concept, but you know, you got people that's not being able to relate the two, man. Unfortunately, it's like if you look at it in the grand scheme of everything, what are people? People are sheep. So they're gonna do what one person that they identify as a follower or leader of it to. They're gonna do what they do or they say do. So unfortunately, that's the reality of it. It's just you gotta pray that that you have some clarity and think for yourself, and that you're not being led in a group as other people are. And you got to watch out for your loved ones to make sure that they are able to distinguish the difference between the two of being like a leader or a follower.
Right. I mean, I know with Black Rob, Shock G, DMX, there's a lot of life lessons, in these three individuals that you can learn. Let's not celebrate a lot of us like to celebrate death, mourn, but there are other things you can do as well with people when they pass. You can look at their life, celebrate what they've done, what's still here, or the bad things that they did, learn from that. Because a lot of y'all are going to still go use drugs, party. That's your business. Go ahead and do that. I mean, if that's what you want to do. But see, understand that there's some type of mental health issue in there.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. How does it you have so many examples of what not to do? So many examples that tells you, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And you still turn around and do it anyway.
True.
There's something in there you should understand, because you have these examples of what not to do, and you see that it's harmful. Something in you wants to kill yourself. Because you already see the people who die. You blood and bones just like they are.
Yeah,
something in you that wants you to kill yourself. Honestly, that's mental health. That's a mental health issue. I mean, there's a lot of things about your genetic makeup that causes you to do these things. You need to concentrate on why you want to do it. Why you want to do these things.
And that, when it gets down to the really, deeper, root of all that stuff, man, I really think that, people really need to build up their spiritual resiliency when it comes to stuff like that. You need to have some connection with what makes you whole, and as far as a higher power, me, I'm always going to say that, you need to have your connection, your relationship with God. But for everybody else, whatever makes, whatever brings that wholeness, that inner wholeness for you, you need to build that up. Because when it comes down to it, when life happens to you, you're going to resort to what's at your core. And a lot of people don't have, that built up strong enough. It's like that's that foundation, and they're going to turn to whatever is going to consume them, or think that they're going to help get them through that at the time. So you really need, I mean, it's a part of being resilient, you know, for yourself. And I think everybody needs to build that up. That's a really core component.